Hey guys, welcome back to GreyWolf TV. We are back with Person of Interest, episode 17. The last episode also showed us the continuous plans of the Brotherhood, and Dominic's, I don't know, he's you would expect him to be on a far lower intelligence level than where it appears they are portraying he's from. And the girl in the last episode who decided to cross between a Mexican cartel and the Brotherhood, I thought was crazy. But somehow she pulled it off. I have no idea. Right, anyway, we're going to carry straight on. Episode 17. Oh, back to 2010. Okay, that's not too far back.
Alicia Corwin.
You are a murderer and a traitor.
Who is this?
The actions of you and your associates have not gone unnoticed.
Because of you, Nathan Ingram is dead.
Consider this a warning.
No, you get him on the phone right now. I've just been threatened. Someone knows.
He was my best friend, and in an instant, he was simply gone.
I'm sorry, Dr. Edwards. This was probably a bad idea.
It's okay, Harold. You don't have to say anything more than you're comfortable with.
Everyone grieves in different ways.
Hey, Glasses. Tell them about all your nutball friends. Guys should shrink for victims of violent crimes. Was big-time psychiatrist once upon a time.
My fiancée didn't have any pets. How do you know?
That there was someone else in your life?
Yeah.
Just a hunch.
Finch, I think we may have a problem.
Edwards just planted a gun in someone's gym locker, and now he's leaving the gym without working out.
Edwards is following a very deliberate schedule, setting up pieces.
You think he's going to rob the bank?
I don't know.
Security cams?
You're right. He is.
Hi, is this the account holder at After Hours Management?
Yeah?
This is Brian Humphreys at Fisher Savings and Loan. It appears the government's made an inquiry into your account and decided to freeze it.
Are you kidding me?
Clyde Barton, that club owner who put Edwards' patient in a wheelchair.
Well, how'd you know?
Edwards seems to have done extensive research on Clyde Barton, and he's been researching this bank.
I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say he's using his clients' depressing, obviously awful stories and picking out whichever ones where there's, obviously they're the victim, whoever that perpetrator is, or what they've done to them, or killed a family member, whatever. Is he trying to do sort of the same thing and being some type of vigilante here?
If you cooperate fully without alerting the authorities, no one will get hurt, including you. My friend's a big guy wearing sweats, so when he comes in, he'll look for you.
Please remain calm. I'll get you what you need.
What are you talking about?
We don't want any trouble.
There you go.
Doesn't appear that this is the first time Edwards has framed someone like this. Put a total of 7 people in prison, all of them aggressors.
And he's done it in such a way, I'm presuming like the one we've just witnessed, to alleviate any possible outcome. No, sorry, any possible escape for them being able to say to the police, it wasn't me. I didn't do anything. Planting everything in the perfect opportunity. That guy, I mean, if they look into this properly, he's not even touched that weapon, I'm presuming. But yeah, he's definitely playing vigil.
Her killer, Wyatt Morris, a delivery man who got a little bit too friendly with Lucy while making deliveries and made her uncomfortable. She came to the door and signed for the package. That evening, according to Edwards' testimony, he saw Morris leaving as he arrived home from work.
If this guy was just getting a little bit frisky with his wife and being inappropriate whilst working, trying to meet women that way, whatever, that's one thing. But this is starting to sound like, to be able to make sure that this guy doesn't progress or is just looking upon himself. He hasn't killed his own fucking wife, has he? To be able to put this guy behind bars, because obviously for him to have gone away, she had to be dead. Did he do that? Or did the delivery guy do it?
You should hire him, Finch. Take the week off.
Need I remind you, Mr. Reese, that his number has come up, which means that his next target may escalate beyond any simple crime. Either he doesn't trust Hugo Boss lapels to stay in place, or he's planning to start his next frame at tonight's gala. Where is Edwards now?
Don't worry, Finch. We've got eyes on him.
And this is my wife, Lucy.
I think you may have killed.
Lucy was a photographer. We met in a garden.
Mr. Reese, we may have some trouble. Someone's sneaking in through the service entrance. Oh my, it's Morris, the man convicted of killing Edward's wife.
He's out.
It's therapy that made me whole again. Moving on is not about forgetting or ignoring the
Morris is heading straight for Edwards.
Yes, it is.
What the hell are you doing here?
Come on. What are they saying, Finch?
Too much commotion.
Can't tell. Didn't really get to hear much, did we?
Green Edwards' car's been drained.
Yeah. Stop him. Rigged it. Oh, come on. I was expecting something.
I suppose you're trying to tell me not to do this,
Yeah, kinda.
but I haven't given you a voice. So you have nothing to say.
Jesus, Harold.
You think he tried to kill you because your testimony put him away?
Killing my wife is what put him away.
Did he? The only reason why, I'm not saying for definite he did it, but the only reason why I don't think the other guy did it is because you're saying you found him there in your home when you got home and you found your wife bludgeoned to death. What was the murder weapon, and why was it not on the scene? If you found him still there, it would be there. And if she'd been bludgeoned with like a blunt force trauma from like an ornament or something, that he wasn't particularly armed with a weapon, they would have been able to match that to anything in the home, and it doesn't add up.
Bomb in Edward's car, then risk everything by confronting him in front of a crowd.
Criminals do stupid, incriminating stuff all the time.
No.
You're gonna put a bomb in a guy's car because you're mentally stable.
Morris is about to meet with a man named Roscoe.
Roscoe's an old nickname for a handgun.
Morris is trying to acquire a weapon.
Oh, yeah. The address. I'd like to have a word with him.
Do you remember when Edwards told you about seeing Morris's truck the night his wife died?
He's wrong.
Yep.
Well, that story he told you matches the story he told in court and the story he told the cops when they interviewed him.
Of course, he would remember every detail.
Or maybe he's remembered every detail because it's a lie, but it's so easy to get caught out with lies, but if you keep it the same all the time and rehearse it, and that's the story you tell every single time to every different person, law enforcement, everybody, it can come over as completely sincere.
7 years ago, Edwards perjured himself to make sure that the man he believed had killed his wife would go away to prison.
Yeah.
Morris is out early.
It's possible he means to kill Morris with that gun and make it look like self-defense. It could end in someone's death, including his own. We have to stop him.
Stop him.
Applied his own bomb.
You should give him a medal.
All the evidence against him was purely circumstantial.
Correct.
Morris has always maintained his innocence. It could be that he's telling the truth.
What you've gotten here is a guy who's calculated enough, more so than the person that he's trying to accuse of this, and people have... He's made sure he's the person who represents the good side of things, law and justice, and he has a good job, he has a career, there's no reason for him to lie, and using all of that against somebody who was picked up because of accused of it, that no one's going to look at him in the right way, and circumstantial was enough at the time. I am not buying any of this. It's this guy.
We cannot sanction murder.
We don't know if it's murder.
None of Edward's frames have ended in death before.
Mr. Reese, we wouldn't be focused on him if something bad wasn't about to happen.
Edwards has been planning this for years.
Yeah.
Move on.
He needs closure.
Vengeance will not bring closure. You should know that by now.
Edwards is correcting an injustice. If we deny him this, it will destroy him.
He says to meet at the conservatory at the New York Botanical Gardens.
That's where they met.
Across town.
I'm close.
I'm aware of your relentless pursuit and subsequent elimination of the engineers involved in Northern Lights. An improvised explosive device is attached to the bottom of your car. Any sudden movement could set it off.
As a member of the Black Ops intelligence community,
I'm sure you're familiar with the damage such a device can do.
I didn't know anything about his murder.
do you even believe yourself? How will I ever know if you're telling the truth?
You won't.
No.
But I am. Everything we did was to make the world a safer place. Maybe Nathan's death, it is my fault. I saw the signs.
This is gonna stop
I
it.
ignored them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, people need to pay. But not at your hand.
Harold, what are you doing here?
I may not have been completely honest with you in our session.
Yeah.
But you were right. We've both been down the same road.
I'm not a murderer.
You're a liar.
I dropped the package off to her in the morning, and that's all I did. And I never came back that night.
You really expect me to believe that's why you kept going back? I know you killed her. They'll find evidence he's been plotting to kill me.
With a gunshot residue on his hands, there won't be any doubt he pulled the trigger.
They'll put you away for the rest of your life.
I watched someone close to me die before my eyes. Like you, I thought I needed to make sure that everyone responsible for that murder paid. You may never know what happened on that day. But if you do this, if you condemn his life, there will be no doubt what you did to him. But if you die here, that bright, beautiful, lively woman that fell in love with you here will forever die with you. I know you don't want that.
He's good with words. It is just pure and simple revenge. We don't know who killed her. I was trying to get ahead of the curve. Maybe I went a bit too far ahead and thinking there was some sort of accident and it wasn't planned, that it was him that did it. And it wasn't. It was just pure emotion and anger and for loss and the rage, wanting revenge, making sure someone pays, and you were the most likely suspect. But because it was all circumstantial, is why he's planned this for so long. But as Harold just said, if you condemn him to being the murderer now, you're being the judge and jury and executioner. Well, not an executioner, because you want him to go to prison for it. And fake that he shot you, that he was obsessed with it. You will close that book. You will tarnish her name, and you will never know who really did it. You may never know, but you know it's not this guy.
When I kept her at arm's length, I went away for a long time.
Talk to me, John. If you ever want to be able to move on.
I'm not sure I know how to do that.
Did you get everything taken care of?
You do realise she's interested in you, right? Right in front of your nose.
Maybe we can walk him together sometime.
Why do men never see it?
Maybe.
As frustrating as it might seem, some questions may never be answered. Come on. Come on.
You've been accused of it once, you can't go and do it again. Accessing feeds. He's locking it up. Okay, episode 17. That was a really weird episode to try and work out. Because you know me, I like to play detective myself as we're going through it. And if I feel the episode and the writers are trying to steer you in a particular direction as misdirection, I like to try and catch it early. I did. I caught early that this guy was being a vigilante. and that he's done it before, but this was the most important one to him. Not just the guy he set up earlier for the bank robbery, who he felt should pay because of what he did to his female client that we were listening to. But I got half of it right. I took a step further, thinking he was trying to just put the blame on someone else to take the focus off him. In the end, it wasn't. It was just literally, he'd been stirring as rage for all this time to set this guy up, because as far as he's concerned, he's convinced he did it. We don't know. He may have. He may not have. I don't think he did. But there's no evidence, because it was circumstantial. There's no proof. There's no... What do they say in a courtroom? Without a doubt. There has to be. You have to remove the doubt. And if you don't have that, you can't convict someone. This is why we have a law system. I know it's utterly fucking broken, but it does do, in general, good. But the same as anything, nothing is foolproof. Nothing is fallible, you know. Humans aren't, our court system isn't, even computers or machines or things that we make or build, nothing's fallible. Oh, that save's unbreakable. No, it's not. Oh, this security system is, you could never bypass it. It's 100% secure. Nothing's 100% secure. If it's been made by a human, it has a weak link somewhere to exploit. And our emotions and our life, when something happens to us or to someone that we love, like they said, the world continues to spin. Everyone wakes up the next day, including you, and everyone else just carries on, and you are stuck. And he's focused on that for so long. But this guy, it may be him. I don't think it is. But I guess we'll never know. And I guess we'll probably never come back to it. We might do, we might not do, but the only person who possibly could have the answer, as Harold has mentioned, is the machine, and he's just seen it locking it up. So we kind of got away from Samaritan quite a bit in that episode. That was kind of like one of our old standalone episodes again, but at the same time, we're watching Reese go through this with his counsellor, trying to come to terms with how he deals with it, which is tough for him. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an unusual one that's been thrown into the mix right in the middle of this season 4 with everything that's going on, but we did get some more backstory on Harold being in that very same position back in 2010, 2011, and him deciding whether he should go through with it because she should pay for Nathan's death. So he had a direct frame of reference to try and talk this guy down, which he did. Right, there we go. We'll be back for episode 18 next. 2 episodes a week. I'm sure you know by now. If you do want to watch it in full length, just check the link in the description. That will take you over to Patreon. If you're not subscribed, I would appreciate it. We're trying desperately to try and hit 50,000 subscribers this year, and with your help, I will get there, and I will be forever grateful. While you're at it, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, guys. I will see you for the next one very soon. Take care.